You must have absorbed your God with your mother's milk, haven't you? Even though the person speaking to me laughed when he said those words, they stayed with me. To this day, I'm not completely sure how he actually meant them. Perhaps it was a little joke, or perhaps it was an honest observation that faith can shape a person from the very beginning of life. In any case, this sentence made a deep impression on me. I asked myself, is that really true? Can someone actually absorb faith in God with their mother's milk? In any case, I understand very well what the psalmist said many centuries ago, because it could also be my own sentence. In today's impulse we read, "You have been my God from my mother's womb." What a beautiful thought. The psalmist does not say, "At some point in my adulthood I found God." Instead he says, "From the very beginning of my life you have been with me. Before I could think, speak, or make decisions, your hand was already over my life." And yet the fascinating question remains, does it not also have something to do with the mother? With the person who carries a child beneath her heart for 9 months? Who gives that child the first experience of closeness, security, and trust? Of course, no human being can simply place faith into another person. Faith always remains a personal gift, an individual response to God's call. But does it not make a great difference whether a child grows up experiencing people who pray, who speak about God, who walk through life with trust, and who show the child that there is more than only what can be seen? Perhaps that is what is really meant by the image of mother's milk. Not that a person automatically inherits faith, but that a foundation is prepared on which faith can grow. That is why the task of parents and grandparents is so incredibly valuable. They cannot believe in place of their children, but they can live out something before them that may one day become their own conviction. And perhaps we may understand the words of the psalmist as a great gift, to be accompanied by God throughout an entire lifetime, from the very first moment, from the mother's womb until the very last breath.